Welcome back to The Daily Show. We're here to break down the whirlwind of events that have taken place over the past month. November 2024 has been a wild ride, folks. From political upheavals to economic shifts, it's been a month to remember. We've got a returning president with some familiar and controversial ideas, stirring the pot and making headlines every day. An economy trying to find its footing amidst global uncertainties and domestic challenges, leaving many Americans on edge. And a country more divided than ever, with tensions running high on both sides of the political spectrum. From the halls of power in Washington to the classrooms of Massachusetts, big changes are afoot. Policies are being debated and new laws are being proposed. Buckle up, because we're about to break down the biggest stories impacting America right now. It's a roller coaster of events, and we're here to guide you through it. Let's be honest, it's hard to talk about U.S. news without mentioning the elephant, or should I say the elephant-haired man in the room, Donald J. Trump. His return to the White House has thrown a wrench into the works, and not everyone is happy about it. The reactions have been mixed, to say the least. We'll unpack his policy moves, from those hefty tariffs that have shaken the global trade landscape to his legal victories that have kept his administration afloat. But it's not all about Trump. There's a lot more happening on the domestic front. The economy is still a major concern for many Americans, with healthcare costs and government spending at the forefront of the debate. Families are struggling to make ends meet. We'll look at the Biden administration's push to expand Medicare and Medicaid, aiming to provide better healthcare for millions of Americans, as well as calls from some corners for drastic budget cuts, which have sparked protests and heated debates across the nation. And of course, we can't forget about the social and political issues that continue to divide the nation. The debates are more intense than ever. From abortion rights to education reform, the battle lines have been drawn, and things are getting heated. These issues are affecting communities and sparking nationwide discussions. We'll explore these hot-button topics and their impact on everyday Americans. How are these debates shaping the lives of ordinary people? Finally, we'll zoom out to examine the global stage where the U.S. remains a major player. International relations are as crucial as ever. We'll cover the ongoing crisis in Haiti, where humanitarian efforts are desperately needed and the situation remains dire, as well as the International Criminal Court's indictment of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, a move that has significant geopolitical implications. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the news that's shaping America and the world in November 2024. There's a lot to cover, and we're just getting started. Love him or hate him, Donald Trump is back in the Oval Office, and he's wasted no time making his presence known. From the moment he stepped back into the White House, it was clear that he had a bold agenda. One of his first acts was to slap tariffs on imports from Mexico, Canada, and China. These tariffs were not just minor adjustments, they represented a significant shift in trade policy. The goal? To crack down on illegal immigration and protect American jobs. Trump believes that by imposing these tariffs, he can encourage companies to keep their manufacturing within the United States. But critics argue that these tariffs will only hurt American consumers and businesses in the long run. They point out that higher import costs could lead to increased prices for everyday goods. But Trump's not just focused on trade wars. His administration is also taking a hard look at other areas. He's also been busy dismantling his predecessor's policies, particularly when it comes to immigration and environmental regulations. These changes have sparked a lot of debates and protests across the country. And let's not forget about his ongoing legal battles. Trump is no stranger to controversy, and his legal issues continue to make headlines. While he's managed to dodge some bullets thanks to the policy against prosecuting sitting presidents, his legal troubles are far from over. The courts are still grappling with numerous cases involving him. Despite the controversies, Trump remains a popular figure among his base, who see him as a strong leader who's not afraid to shake things up. His rallies continue to draw large crowds, filled with enthusiastic supporters. Whether you're a fan or a foe, there's no denying that Trump's second term is sure to be a wild ride. The nation watches closely as he navigates through these turbulent times with both triumphs and challenges ahead. While Trump's making waves on the political front, the U.S. economy is facing its own set of challenges. The economic landscape is marked by uncertainty, with fluctuating markets and businesses struggling to stay afloat. On the one hand, the Biden administration's push to expand Medicare and Medicaid to cover weight loss drugs is a major win for healthcare advocates. This initiative aims to address the growing obesity epidemic, which has far-reaching health implications. This move could benefit millions of Americans struggling with obesity and related health conditions, potentially reducing long-term healthcare costs and improving quality of life. But on the other hand, there are growing calls for fiscal responsibility and government spending cuts. Critics argue that expanding healthcare programs could exacerbate the national debt. Business leaders like Elon Musk and politician Vivek Ramaswamy have proposed significant reductions in federal spending, arguing that the current path is unsustainable. They believe that without drastic measures, the country could face severe economic consequences. These proposals have sparked heated debate about the role of government and the best way to address the national debt. The conversation is polarized, with strong opinions on both sides of the aisle. Meanwhile, here in Massachusetts, the MBTA, our beloved but beleaguered public transportation system, is facing a financial crisis. The system, which serves as a lifeline for many, is struggling to maintain operations. Service cuts and fare hikes are on the table, which could have a major impact on commuters across the state. These changes could lead to longer wait times, overcrowded trains, and increased travel costs for daily riders. The MBTA's woes are a stark reminder that even in a relatively prosperous state like Massachusetts, economic challenges persist. The situation underscores the need for sustainable solutions to public transportation funding and broader economic stability. In recent months, the debate over abortion rights has intensified across the United States. This contentious issue has sparked protests, legislative battles, and court cases, reflecting deep divisions within the country. Simultaneously, education has become a battleground, with debates over curriculum, funding, and policy changes stirring emotions and prompting action from all sides. These conflicts highlight the ongoing cultural and political struggles shaping the nation's future. National trends often have profound impacts on local communities. Economic policies, healthcare reforms, and environmental regulations set at the federal level can ripple through towns and cities, affecting daily lives in significant ways. Local governments and organizations frequently adapt these broader trends to fit their unique circumstances, sometimes leading to innovative solutions or, conversely, new challenges. Understanding these local impacts is crucial to grasping the full picture of national developments. Haiti continues to face a severe crisis, with political instability, natural disasters, and economic hardships compounding the struggles of its people. International aid and local efforts strive to bring relief, but the path to recovery remains fraught with obstacles. Meanwhile, in Israel, the indictment of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on charges of corruption has sent shockwaves through the political landscape. This case raises questions about governance, accountability, and the future of Israeli politics. In today's fast-paced world, staying informed is more challenging than ever before. With an overwhelming amount of information available, discerning fact from fiction requires critical thinking and reliable, trustworthy sources. It's essential to remain vigilant, seek out diverse perspectives, and engage in thoughtful, meaningful discussions. By doing so, we can navigate the complexities of our times and make informed decisions that shape a better, brighter future for all.